Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. As COVID-19 cases continue to go down in the country, the health department says it is optimistic that all areas in the Philippines will soon shift to alert level 1. In the Laging Handa briefing, DOH Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeres said that the agency is monitoring just 7 areas with a high number of COVID-19 cases. But before shifting to alert level 1, Vergeres said the country must ramp up its vaccination efforts. She also emphasized the importance of self-regulation once the country shifts to the lowest alert level status.
Dito po sa new normal, pag pinag-usapan, alert level 1 doesn't have any restrictions at all. Tayo po ay makakabalik na sa dati nating kinagawian. Ngunit, mag-retain ho natin yung ating pag-self-regulate. Ibig sabihin, yung behavior po ng tao kailangan mabago.
Does the pandemic affect our physical health? But one expert says COVID-19 also produces long-term effects on our mental health. So how do we prepare for the pandemic's aftermath? This Bloomberg Quick Take tells us.
The diseases that we're talking about right now as a result of COVID-19 in the long term are chronic diseases that really will scar people for a lifetime. Specifically, the mental health disorders we see across the board: anxiety, depression, we see sleep problem, neurocognitive decline, opioid use disorders. It's really across the board. Even people who did not get hospitalized are also exhibiting increased risk of mental health disorders. So that's really also important, because that's really the majority of people with COVID-19 in the US, in Australia, in the UK, globally. And we definitely need to pay attention to the acute effects of COVID, but really we also need to start shifting our framework a little bit of mind and prepare for the aftermath of all of this. The virus that's causing this pandemic, SARS-CoV-2, is actually now capable of producing long-term consequences on a scale that we have never seen before in mental health disorders and also other disorders. And we've seen cardiovascular disease and other disorders. It produces a myriad abnormalities that will stick with people for a lifetime and have really long-term ramifications on their ability to rejoin the workforce, be able to contribute to economy and the quality of life, and also arguably life expectancy. Maybe, COVID will become endemic, but there are millions of people around the world with mental health problems, with heart problems, with kidney problems, as a result of COVID. Those people will need care for decades. And I think that public health authorities in governments and health systems around the world should really start paying attention before it's too late to the aftermath of the pandemic, to the long-term consequences that the pandemic is causing.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Presidential candidates continue making rounds to woo voters ahead of the May elections. Presidential bet Ferdinand Marcos Jr. made rounds in vote-rich Caloocan City on Saturday. Now, after the motorcade, the unit team held a campaign rally where Marcos Jr. laid down some of his plans. These include a boosting of tourism sector and lowering of electricity costs, among others. He also emphasized again the need for unity. And Partido Reforma's standard bearer, Senator Ping Lacson, visited Baguio for the Philippine Military Academy alumni homecoming. Around 800 participants attended the hybrid event where Lacson was conferred with the Lifetime Achievement Award. President Duterte sent a message for the alumni in the taped video. Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. The Finance Department reports 118.9 billion pesos spending on efforts to contain the spread of COVID-19 as of June 2021. Over 76 billion pesos of which came from the funds of LGUs, while some 35 billion was from the Bayanihan grant under the national budget. Two sisters of arrested community doctor Maria Natividad Castro were finally able to spend time with her in Agusan del Sur, where she is currently locked up. The Free Legal Assistance Group says they will pursue all legal remedies to secure Castro's immediate release. And Russia has launched exercises among nuclear missile forces amid heightened tensions with the U.S. over Ukraine. Moscow says they successfully test-launched hypersonic and cruise missiles at sea and land-based targets during the drills. And for more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.